Hey doing everyone, welcome back. Well, I spent the day out there knocking on doors, which, that wasn't really part of my plan. I was hoping to actually get some calls to drive people to go vote. That didn't happen, but I did get out and talk to some people and remind them to vote if they haven't already. Some of them already had. Some of them obviously didn't want to talk to me because, well, would you want to talk to me? No, but seriously, they didn't want to talk to me because, well, either they're just tired of being inundated with the political stuff, um, which I get it. I think we all are at this point. Just tired of being inundated with it all. Some of them didn't want to talk to me because the information I had was incorrect and they were not going to vote. Not Well, let's just say they weren't going to vote the way that I was hoping they would. And that's okay. I mean, that's your business. I mean, did a did a video the other day called "Your Ballot Is Your Business," and if you haven't voted yet, go back and take a look at that one because that's important to know. Because what you do inside of that voting booth is your business and no one else's. I don't care if that's if you're an 18-year-old voting for the first time, your parents don't need to know how you vote. I'm not saying lie to them. I'm just saying you don't need to tell them. Wives and husbands, you don't need to tell each other how you vote. I mean, personally, I think you probably should. And by the way, I don't know if you can see him, but there's Elliot right over there. He's down there in the bottom there. I don't know what he's doing. But yeah, wives and husbands, you have no obligation to tell each other how you're voting. My wife and I mean, we told each other because, well, why wouldn't we? Honestly, though, if you're fearful of what your spouse or significant other might say or do about your vote, you might want to reassess that relationship. But I'm off where I was. That's not where I was trying to go with this. Where I was going with this is, you know what? Knocking on doors. That's how I spent the day. If you haven't voted yet, make sure you get out there and vote. Vote, vote, vote. All right? If you do nothing else on Tuesday, vote. All right? Obviously, you know how I want you to vote. But like I just said, your ballot is your business. And I have no way of knowing what you do with it. And really, the only reason I would want to know is just kind of conversational reasons. I mean, that's the only reason that my wife and I discuss it. I mean, it's just something to talk about. Well, who did you vote for here or there? No. How did you vote on this ballot measure? Well, I voted no on this one and yes on that one. Oh, well, I voted yes on both of them, or I voted no on both of them. Okay. Cool. We had a difference of opinion then, didn't we? Why is that so bad? It's not. As long as we can keep it sane. Alright? Sanity is the key. We don't need this outrageous lunacy that we've been seeing out of Well, the guy that I've been telling you that I don't want to see elected. So, we're setting records out there as far as voter turnout, or at least that's what it looks like. At least in early voting, that's what it looks like. This is going to be a big election. I would not be surprised if some things don't go as anticipated. All right? Do not be shocked by some surprises that you may see in the results of this election. I mean, that could be anything from states like Minnesota, Virginia, or New Mexico going red, which I don't think will happen, or New Hampshire is another one that could, which I don't think that's going to happen with any of those. All right. You could also see states like Iowa, Florida, Texas, maybe even Kansas flip blue. Now, and possibly even Ohio while we're at it. However, not all of those are going to flip. I promise you, not all of them will flip. No more than 2 at the most. And I don't even think we'll see 2 of them flip. You know, in fact, honestly, with the exception of Iowa, I think it's unlikely to see any of them flip. If any of them would flip, it would be Florida. My opinion. Based just on the information that I've seen. However, considering Ted Cruz is not popular in Texas, and he might lose his Senate race, I'm not saying he will, that's a tight race down there. That could spill over. So that could lead to a Harris win in Texas. Will it? I doubt it. But I won't be shocked if it does happen. So, get out there, vote, make your voice heard, help other people get to vote, whether that's driving them to the polls or calling them to remind them to vote, whatever. If you have to take a friend with you or take a carload of friends with you to go vote, all right? Make sure that happens. Need all the votes we can get. And contrary to what some people tell you, more voter turnout is a good thing. All right? The more people who vote, the better off we are. All right? We don't want to suppress any votes. You know, we don't need any of this nonsense of, well, because of higher than expected turnout, this party votes on Tuesday and that party votes on Wednesday. No, nothing like that. Tuesday, that's it. End of the election. No more voting. As of the close of your polls on Tuesday, here in Iowa, that will be 8 p.m. 8 p.m. seems to be pretty much the average around the country. Some close as early as 7. I think Indiana might even be 6 or 6:30. I'm not 100% sure. I know some of them do close super early. So watch for that. All right. Make sure you know your voting times, your voting locations. If you don't know where to vote, go to iwillvote.com. That's iwillvote.com. All one word. I, the letter I, will, W-I-L-L, vote, VOTE.com. All one word. It'll prompt you to put in your address and your zip code, and it will tell you where to vote. So if you don't know, use that resource to find out. All right? Make sure you go vote. Take your friends, take the people you don't like, and I'll see you next time.